Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Dustin, Berserker Bear, Bushwhacking Tartaria, part 3 of the Buffalo Psych Center. We're going to get right into it, as promised, a little more close-up pictures in the daytime. We had the spooky picture edition pretty much for the All Hallows Eve. I hope you like that. But again, I think I alluded to this, or I said it in part 2, that I have more pictures where I came back in the daytime. We're going to do that. We're going to go over some cool maps. We're going to show how the orientation as far as the layout of the area around it. And there's another cool red brick building that we have right across the street from the Psych Center that I have pictures up close of that have a little bit of features of what you'd say mud flood is. And it's a red brick building. It's not a real heavy one. So let's show you a little preview of what we're going to do here. We have obviously old pictures. I'll overlap a little bit of the old, or not the old, but what I did, the pictures at night. And then we'll go over some literature. We got Infogalactic #1 I use for the mainstream. Also Wikipedia. We'll show how, this is obviously where we are, and we'll show how this correlates to, as I said, the layout of the area. I have some footage and pictures of actually being over here on the street, and how there's some interesting evidence as far as hills, that houses are on top of hills, and up in this corner there's a very interesting feature here that looks like it's meant to hold back earth, and I'd like to get some feedback on that. So we're going to go over these maps. We're going to see how and why it looks like it's halfway built in that picture, or why it looks like it's fully built out in this picture. We're going to go over all this, and if I have some time at the end, we'll get into this gravy right here, Depew, New York, as it's kind of a bird's eye view facing Buffalo, even Niagara Falls up over here. So again, this will be another edition of Bushwhacking Tartaria Part 3, wrapping up the Buffalo Psych Center. And let us get right into it. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that. Okay, let's go to the pictures and where we were last. There we go. I hope you liked the All Hallows Eve edition. I hope everybody had a wonderful, great Halloween, safe. I sure did with my family. And we have a happy little tree. I use that as pretty much a indicator of going to the daytime. So here we go, right up on top of it. This is the front. Right where I began last time. I think in the first two, I started here at night, and this is the daytime. How it looks with this would be Roman arches, I believe. But again, this is so Romanesque style, Richardson Romanesque. We will go over that after we get through all these for you. I have a lot of pictures, and I hope that you like that. I have some more for you during the daytime. So this is inside of that, those arches. And that looks like newer red brick to me. And I'm not sure if you can see this little cut back here. Maybe it would be an alcove, but you can actually walk into there. Let's see. That's what it looks when you go into there and you look straight up. Thought it'd be a cool picture. There, that's what I was talking about, the little alcove or the little cut. Chilling in the cut. That's what it looks like when you go into that little nook and look directly up. It's got another newer red brick ceiling. I wonder what that's covering up. As you can see there, that's a better picture where it can kind of show that I'm kind of inside of that little of the porch, if you would call that a porch. It's the top of the stairs as you're entering into the administration building of the Richardson complex. There's some windows, or some stuff I have to open up here. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, this is actually looking straight down towards it. The other end, all the way across the front opening. Look at that. Had to get a close-up. This all looks new to me, or retrofitted, not the actual construction style itself, but obviously I believe this is newer. This is meant to look like a mosaic over here to the left. It looks newer to me. There you go. Very pretty. Maybe it is. I don't see any texture here. I didn't see any texture when I was there. Meaning, like, if it was a real mosaic, you'd see individual. I think that, oh, you know what? I'm not sure. What's this? The arch, in my opinion, signifies the firmament. Of course. Indeed. So here we go. Now let's get into, again, we're going to do the literature, and I'm going to bang through this. I don't want to bang through the pictures, I'm sorry, but you've had 2 previous episodes with just straight up pictures of, hopefully you liked cool, real creepy looking pictures, because this is this is one of the premier locations here as far as architecture in Buffalo. But let's see, as far as looking at it from a Tartaria researcher's perspective, viewpoint, through that type of lens, I don't see indication here of windows on the grass level. Okay, that indicates they built it. Now, was this pitched? Okay, no, so that doesn't look pitched. But again, it's still not on grass level. Okay, this is foundation, or I forget the other term for it. And this is an interesting feature here, how it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. Sub-level, I'd say, would be the proper terminology to look up when you're looking at sub-level or a foundation. But how come there's a gap here? Anybody has information on that? Again, I'm coming around this side over here. I'm right there, looking up. Okay, pile of rocks. What's kind of look like a horseshoe shape at first. These are interesting rocks here anyway. I just wanted to show that to indicate the importance of a flashlight. Okay, see that? It's a good tool to have with you always in the back pocket. I got my Patriot flashlight. Ordered it from Patriot online store or whatever. So again, yeah, obviously I believe this is copper for sure, copper top. And you know where I am. The symbol is that a somatic pattern. Anybody have reporting back on that? Appreciate it. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Is it? Okay, see how, yeah, these are, I believe I mentioned previously in the last episode or 2, These are nodules. Now, was there a plaque here because it's recessed? I can't know right now. Does it have anything to do with somatic patterns and somatic resonance, vibrations? Okay, hopefully I do this feature right now, this little rock pile right here, because there's some mud flood evidence here. Even though we don't have the windows, there's some interesting stuff going on here, spackling over, possibly old red brick, but I'd like to get some feedback on that. Because again, is it just am I looking at a foundation, a proper foundation that's just maybe made with brick, or a sub-level? Are we looking at here? Let's see what you guys think as we look at some beautiful, beautiful architecture, getting to it. Look at that. All copper, everybody. I know everyone's drooling over the copper. It's beautiful. Even as tarnished. So imagine this as copper before tarnished. Okay, train your eye over here. Let's see. I am in this section right here, on this little walkway that goes underneath here. I'm right here. I got myself a bigger cursor. Thank you to one of a comment contributor had mentioned. I keep on saying I'm going to get a bigger cursor for you. I didn't even realize I can make the cursor just bigger. I was looking for one that had a circle around it, but obviously I didn't realize I can go into my cursor options and make it bigger. I like these type of pictures because it goes from the ground to the top, and we got maybe possible foundational evidence here with the Antiquitech on the top. Oh, you can't see it in screen. Up here. I'm referring to something you guys can't even see it. Sorry about that, but I got a steeple picture all the way up at the very top. Okay. Now it looks like we have spackling over older brick foundation. And I have a close-up here, and obviously you can just see how it goes underneath. Now, is that just a exposed foundation or exposed sub-level? Does look old though, and is that mortar under spackling? I don't know. And there's something down here that looks like a red brick, if you can see. Not sure. It's interesting. I'm just going to cruise through. You guys can pause, look more closely, see what you think. Please leave comments. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. And for being cautious and erring on the side of caution, I'm not going to say anything, but that does look like a red brick to me, so I will defer to my contributors, and that's contributors to the research. Yeah, there we go. Another. I tried getting the flashlight in there, but there wasn't any good pictures really. Was that Rotunda again? Now, I'm not sure if I start coming up on I mentioned in the last part about interesting mortar, where it looks like it was real thick and real bold. I wonder if it's repair jobs, just touching up the mortar, and that's understandable. Now, this is an interesting feature too. These look like old brick. These are the dormers on the back side. And the construction is iffy. We're gonna, yeah, this mortar right here. See how it's like real thick. It's probably aftermarket, I presume. Well, there goes evidence. I mean, this is some stitching brick here. Are those big blocks or is this facade? I don't think it's facade. I think this is original here. Again, we don't have the evidence of the mud flood windows underneath the grass level. And yeah, you can see how this is just real chunky type mortar. Is that, I don't necessarily see any evidence of that in the Romanesque architecture. We're going to get into that too, actually. I forgot to tell you. Right after this, we'll do it. Yeah, look at that. That's got to be aftermarket and touch-up work, I would assume. That's a good picture to get you to see how actually thick it looks. As opposed to even this level right here. See how this is more like sharp? This looks like somebody did it with a huge molding gun. I don't know. All along. There's not a single mud flood window. Thought those were cool pictures. There you go again. See how it's a little chunky down here, but less so up here? I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, I know I'm looking at the wall, but there go the dormers again on that real cool building right here. Love the dormer action. Disrepair, of course. Spoke with a nice lady that worked there on the staff. Actually, she came out that door, and I kind of scared her. I told her what I was doing, and she's like, "Oh, that's so awesome." And I got in with the event planner there, so hopefully I did call him. His name is Max, the event planner of the Hotel Henry. Told him that I was making a video. I do architectural research here in Buffalo, and he's like, contact me and I will try to help out as far as, I was asking him about old pictures and all that. Look at the build out here. But that's what you do. That's the kind of stuff that you do. Pull the trigger on those hunches and everything, or send an email or whatever. That's how I got in with my good friend now that's autodidactic, Campbell. Send an email. I've been on a show with him. I do a series with him now. I was on the show with Philip Druzhinin with his work on his channel. Baked in Awake. I'm in communication with him. So yes, never be hesitant to communicate. If the email is provided, the communication is needed and required and necessary. Don't ever feel hesitant, myself included. If I can't get back to you right away, I will eventually. Look at the ornate work here. See how they have, see, some of them have little chunks. And this is not, this building's not in the bird's eye view. Or this building is, one of them aren't. We're going to go over all that. Look at the crest. Look at that. See, yeah, that's a really good indicator right there. How they stagger for design. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, right, this looks like it's aftermarket. Concrete on the bottom. Go over here before. Look at that. Red brick building. With, what are we looking at here? Timestamp, and anybody have an answer? I remember a commenter said that this white stuff is newer. Again, keep in mind that these red brick buildings could be recycled, but this does kind of look old world-ish, and it does have the build out up here. So what do you guys think? Let's see where I'm at here. We went over all that. We went over all this. I want to get into more. Okay, yeah, this is that building. This building is that kind of looks like a mud flutter right here. This is that back wall that's kind of angled right here. So again, as I'm going through and perusing these, I'm going to say that, again, I'm still waiting to get another monitor. Once I'm up and fully upgraded to that, you should have some better quality here. I wouldn't have to lean my phone on my stuff, which is perfectly okay for right now. But I do want to be able to make longer videos. And I'm only relegated right now to the length of my Galaxy record that usually is like between 30 and 35 minutes, 36 minutes. I always thought it was 33 because it's stopped on that quite a few times before. But yeah, I do have the OBS operating system, but it seems if anybody has any information on that, if I could do a recording video like this with one monitor, because I did just get this computer, and then I got the OBS operating system for recording videos. But there go the cages again. You know, it's best used with two monitors. If I can do it with, oh look, yeah, I'm taking the picture from the car again because you got to get the shot. That's real bushwhacking right there. Somatics, okay. Yeah, if anybody has information or insight as to how I could, that's cool, make a recorded video with one monitor, I'd appreciate it, because right now I'm on 21. Okay, we got some good time. I'm on 21 right now. I do have to be wary of that. I'm not trying to be like a half an hour to try to fit some kind of time slot for advertisements, guys. I'm not sure if you guys thought that, but that's not it. Again, I'm recording this on my Galaxy phone. It stops. Okay, look at that. Now I'm at this house over here. Right here. And that was some interesting action on the bottom of it. See how the similarities and how it looks? Okay, so that's where I am. What are we looking at here? Looks like the Richardson complex administrative building architecture up here, Romanesque style, but underneath here, are these bricks from behind it? Is this a facade? I don't know what I'm looking at. As far as foundational and architecture, see, look at that's a cool picture. Please timestamp comments, guys, please. Look at that. Okay, so here we go. Now, here's what we're getting into some research. Now, where I am right now, obviously, is Berry Street, and let's get you some orientation information. Berry Street is right here. I'm on the corner right here. Now notice, flatland. Now I'm right here, guys. If this happens to be, excuse me, if this happens to be, I was trying to show you the name of the street. And I had to get right up on it to see the angle. Flat. Maybe this will be an A and B part 3. So you see where I am. You see how this is all flat. I just like to show you that it's flat, and then you have a hill. Now from here all the way from here all the way to the other street over here on Elmwood and Forest up here. It's all mounded up. All these houses are on the hill. And I'm about to show you that real quick. So there you go, this hill right here. And now that, to me, that's not indicative of a mud flood. It's indicative of a whole terraforming effort. Now, what do you say? What does that mean? Or whatever. It's you flatten the land out. I understand that, but there's two construction. To me, I think that there's two construction efforts with this complex, Richardson complex, and there's no video, or not video. There's no pictures of it, and this just proves massive terraforming geoengineering. City planning, I understand, but they were carving out portions of mud, and maybe they dug the Richardson complex out. I don't know. It seems like that though, because then when you start having pictures, we'll let that video play. See how it all along here, all along there, the hill, not in the complex itself though, not within this complex here. And these maps are so great that you can't really see too close. And then why is this pic? This is a map of 1888. Now let's do a little research here so we get into it, not just doing pictures. This is 1888, and per the literature, Richardson Olmsted Complex, former insane asylum, the build date is 1870. Okay, so let's just do a little digging right now. 1870, this date is, of this map, is 1902. Okay. This one we have confirmed date of this map. Now these are all maps for the Library of Congress, 1888. This map, it's fully built out with a, looks like a squared off red chimney. $18.80. What's going on here right off the bat? Very, very, very confusing. So why in an 1880 map of the city of Buffalo, Library of Congress, loc.gov is the domain for this 1880 map. We have a structure in Buffalo, the psychiatric center, fully built out. And it has to do with one side's female section, the other side's a male section. Look it up in the Infogalactic and whatever yourself and deduce, if you can't right now from this, the anomaly that I'm getting at here. Because they're telling us that it was built in 1870, and we have maps of the thing in half here. And there's also, you know what, let me close this real quick. Look at that. Mr. Brees made that for me. My man. And that. Now let's get into some of these old pictures that you just found from, or excuse me, I found from a cursory search on the internet. Now this is a picture of it that I found on the internet, and there was a detail underneath it, and I just pulled a snapshot from it. It says construction began with the towers building and the 5 men's wards to the east taking 10 years to complete. The complex opened for patients in 1880, with patients separated by gender, eastern wards until the women's wards were complete. Okay, so there's one side of it, and it's telling us, now there's not a date on this footage. It matters not. It's still a picture of it in half. And you have trees over here on the left. We do also have a vanilla sky. And we have all of this open space. Now, obviously, that could be the field right here. But even still, again, I remind you, fully built out both sides in these pictures. Ooh, there goes the pew. 1880, fully built out. But they say that there was the women's wards were built first. And there's no really definitive information about that. And obviously no good construction pictures. Let's do some more. There's some more here. That's the inside, allegedly. Patient work to be viewed entirely therapeutic. Of course, it reminds me of Nurse. Where's Nurse? Oh, I shouldn't even say that. Nurse Ratched. Oh my goodness. The grounds were considered therapeutic for patients with meandering pathways. Okay, that's where you can see meandering pathways. Is that what they're talking about here? Okay, but now see how you lose the symmetry? They're saying that it's not like there's one side that has that promenade to the back thing. Where's the other one in this picture? Okay, and I have. Let's see if we can bring that one up. The one where it looks like a transistor. See, now this picture now this might even look a little bit fake here. Look at that in the background there. It's fully built, a historic view of the South Lawn, designed by landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted, same guy that did the Olmsted Parks and the Olmsted Parkways here in Buffalo. I believe also Riverside Park near me, and Central Park in New York City. For all you didn't know that. Now look at this one. The entire complex took 25 years to construct and was complete in 1896. These things don't add up. That's definitely the complex here. I couldn't get this in focus. And the other one I wanted to show you, this is more modern, obviously. This is the modern portion of it. Here, yeah, okay, here goes one that alludes to construction. But this could be, look at the weather van on that house. Anti-M. But this could be Kentucky, for all I know. It says the site was located on the outskirts of the city. Photo credit, Buffalo Psychiatric Center. Oh, okay. You see why we have questions? No. See all photos. This is the one I was getting at. Yeah, so they lose the symmetry. So I think that this is how it looked when if it was looking at a bird's eye view. See, I don't even know what this is. And again, this is in 1888. So what's going on here? Is it like this in 1888, or was it like this in 1880? So again, like it probably was symmetrical like this. And again, a characteristic of the usurper's agenda is to take away the symmetry of things and the beauty of our symmetry of our, for example, the Pan American Exposition. So look at the symmetry in that. It looks like a computer chip or whatever you'd say, I'm not sure the technical definitions or terms, but it does. I refer to a good channel, Woke, on that, and I've detailed that before. But now what's going on in the back here? Okay, it's very confusing. Now there is going to be this will be A, and I'll have a B coming out a little bit later, because I hope I piqued somebody's interest in somebody's intrigue on just exactly how unbelievably diffuse, if I can use that word, or how many holes are in the narrative of one of the most prominent architectural buildings in the city of Buffalo. Okay, literally, what is going on with this? Why is it halfway built here in 1888? We have these are government maps. I highly suggest you go in here and download these, because you never know what will happen. They may take them away. It's possible. And I'm going to start wrapping this up, because again, we're coming down to that point where it might just cut off at any time. But I'll give you a cliffhanger for next one. I'll see if I could do this real quick. Now this is Depew. I want to show you guys that this place was a lot more crazy than you think. This is Depew. Let's get a look at, if I can, Depew, New York. Pique your interest on this. We're going to go over this, and this is a place that I want to go for some bushwhacking Tartaria. Now let's get ourselves oriented to see if we're looking towards Buffalo and see if we can't match up stuff. Okay, see that thing right there? Look at this map, guys. This shows Depew, and it shows that. Okay, let's get oriented to where that is. And towards Buffalo, a little bit lower. There's that. Now, okay, so we're looking at Depew. In this map, they had a trolley. Anywhere you see this line, this tram line, is a trolley. And this trolley went all the way, I don't know if this is like wireless technology, this trolley went all the way into Buffalo. Now that's what I'm going to do. And there was a tower right here that I found the location of on this map. I can't go over it now. I will. I think that's going to be my next. We'll trail off of this psych center and go into these maps for Depew. And I hope I wrapped that up well. But again, and I hope I showed this anomaly very well. Number one, they take away the symmetry of things. They change the name of things to get you confused. They carve out areas and hide other areas and this and that. And it's hard for us to discern. The Richardson Olmsted complex is more than just a significant premier feature for architecture. It's, in my opinion, now a premier feature for picking holes in the mainstream narrative when you get down into it. And if I'm doing nothing else, I'm doing that for you. Hills here, flat there. What's going on with these pictures that are half? This one's full. Why is this one half at the time and the date? Why is the crib, the water intake crib, not in this picture, but it is in this one? That's one I'm gonna go over that one as well. There's a lot of anomalies here in the city of Buffalo, and I'm gonna bushwhack it for you. Excuse me. That's what I'm here for. I hope you like it. Thumbs up. I'll hit you with a B. Part 3. This is A. Part 3B will be coming out soon. Like, share, subscribe, and I will be back very shortly. Take care.